All Blacks steer clear on day off as bugging case drags on for another day in Sydney. Security consultant Adrian Gard has pleaded not guilty to making up claims he found a listening device in the All Blacks team hotel in Sydney last year. No one from the All Blacks traded a day in the Sydney sunshine for an outing to a windowless room in the Downing Centre local court on Wednesday. It would be fair to say the trial of security consultant Adrian Gard, who has pleaded not guilty to making up claims he found a listening device secreted in a chair in a meeting room used by the All Blacks in the Intercontinental Hotel in Sydney last year, didn't attract a bumper crowd. Only about a dozen folks listened to the prosecution and defense go about their business, and despite the All Blacks being based only about 5 kilometers away in Double Bay, at the same hotel where the bug was discovered, there were no representatives in attendance. Curious onlookers hardly flocked to Downing Centre Court for the trial of security consultant Adrian Gard. Electing to trade an afternoon on the sparkling harbour or fairways, it was the All Blacks' day off from training, so you can sit and listen to an upholsterer explain what sort of staples are used to attach a cover on a chair doesn't spin everyone's wheels. Despite speculation this would be the day Magistrate Jennifer Atkinson would deliver a verdict, it soon became clear that wouldn't be the case. Getting all the parties under the same ceiling wasn't achieved until mid-afternoon. Until then it was a case of watching policemen and women, lawyers and variety of other colorful specimens scurry in and out of lifts. Suited up with a collar and tie, Gard arrived with his crew. He sat in front of the small gallery of onlookers, the majority who had laptops or notebooks, after marching past TV cameramen. First up, a couple of policemen were asked to explain their movements on the day they were called to the hotel after the bug had been discovered. 4 chairs, from the hotel, sat in the corner of the courtroom. A policeman was asked how they were marked as exhibits. Then to describe them, they were just conference room chairs, he said. Fair answer. Another fellow, a technician, identified a FM transmitter. He explained how it worked, and that it operates off a 9 volts battery. He builds them, it is up to the buyer to decide how they are used. About 80 had been sold over the last 9 years. None had serial numbers on them. Next up was the upholsterer. He had been in the business since the late 1970s. The cops had contacted him after the bug was discovered, and now he had been dragged in to explain in great detail about how a cover can be put on a chair. The types of staples, the colors of them. He was asked to look at a seat cushion, was asked if had been tampered with. Then it was time to move to another room, a bigger one where a TV screen could be used during the cross-examination. Then the magistrate called time. Come back tomorrow, she said. Sunny Sydney was no longer. A cold wind had whipped up, the TV camera crews packed up their kit and left after Gard strode down the steps and into the big smoke. They will all be back, I'll be back.